Does your Lion translation, does that cover anything with like work-life balance and that kind of thing? Or can you explain a bit what your academy does?
Sure. So, in a nutshell, Lion Translation Academy is my platform that I run with Anne-Marie Boulanger. We're both French into English translators, but we both have French names, so go figure. And in a nutshell, what we do is we offer training on business. We're really focused on marketing and business these days, but we also teach language and productivity courses. And like next week, I'm doing one on Gen AI. So, 9 things every translator should know going into 2025. So, we also sort of run the gamut and do technology. That is the subject of a workshop I'm going to be doing in early 2025 on productivity and goal setting. And yeah, hopefully, at the very least, if we can have a conversation about it, I think it will help. I will say, in terms of your own experience and pulling an all nighter, thankfully, the good news is as you gain experience as a translator and you become more in demand, if you do your marketing effectively and get too much work, which is a good problem to have, then you can be very selective, right? So I don't do all nighters because I only accept certain things. I actually decline a lot of what comes across my desk. And paradoxically, early in my career, I would have been terrified to say no to clients. But now I say no all the time, and clients want me more and are willing to pay more, and they're running after me. So there's
It
also something
happens to
interesting
all of
there.
us.
Yeah, it's an interesting phenomenon.
Yeah, when you're double
Um,
booked or triple booked, oh my goodness.
how would you you touched a little bit on the topic of AI, and for instance, I have a friend right now at Laval University, and she decided to start a program, bachelor's degree in translation. And she called me about 2 years ago, just when ChatGPT was coming in. And she was like, "Oh, am I starting to study into something that will not be there in 5, 10, 15 years? Or do you think these are just enhancing tools? Do you think we'll still need to be translators? Or do you think that if translation will shape into something different? What are your thoughts on that?"
Yeah, that's a huge question. I could spend a whole day just talking about that. I'll try to be really selective and give you a few thoughts. So, first of all, taking a 10,000 foot view of the translation world, I don't like the word industry, but if you look at the translation landscape, um, volumes keep going up year after year, and overall, the language industry, in terms of translation, it's valued at it's well over $50 billion globally, and it keeps growing, and it's growing faster than the average profession. In fact, the average growth year on year is something like 7% in translation, and it's closer to 3, optimistically maybe 4 across all professions combined. So, in terms of the sheer work that's out there, there's plenty of work. Now, what we are seeing with AI is um, as some of the work is sometimes going to agencies that are using AI in some cases and that are unfortunately lowering rates significantly, that's creating some pressure and some strain. And we are seeing the mid-market shrink. So a lot of the easier stuff to translate is going to go to people that use AI and just have a quick cleanup done through an agency. So there is some of that, and not all agencies do this, but it's a phenomenon to be aware of. There are also great agencies with wonderful values that are upholding good standards in our industry too. And the same thing is true of freelancers, really. But globally, the demand is going up. We also see that the average age of translators is quite high. I believe it's over 50 years old. And generally speaking, the average age across all professions is something like 35. So the average age of translators is very, very high right now. And there are translators going off to retire and who will be retiring, especially the boomers, retiring very shortly, imminently in the coming years. So, and concurrently, you see a lot of university programs in translation, have very low enrollments. Some of them have shuttered here in Canada. And so if you just think about it globally for a second, they're higher than ever demands. The workforce is quite an older population. And then you look at very few people entering the field because of the fears of AI. And you can see that there actually may be a really great opportunity here because the AI cannot do the translation work. It can be helpful for getting you unstuck. It can give you a rough draft that you can clean up for certain types of text and save you some time. But we still need humans. And as long as AI does not understand anything, we are fine. Translators are still going to be necessary for image sensitive text, no doubt about it.